You clicked on this video. Congrats, you're addicted to modding Skyrim. Treatment? Unknown. So let's feed that addiction, shall we? People often ask me what my favorite types of mods are. Immersion? Armors? Nah. Mods to kill Nazim with. Just kidding, I love immersion mods. And I'm also kidding about people asking me that. But Elemental Mastery Magic adds 4 new incredible spells to wipe stinky Nazim lovers like Monica out of existence. So anyway, the first spell is Flare Storm, creating a torrent of flames that follows targets and is pretty deadly. In this case, Nazim dies on the spot like the pussy that he is, but you get the idea. Then we got Diamond Slash, a wave of ice spikes coming out of the ground and then finishing off with a banger, shooting Nazim into the air. Supercharged Sprites, creating 3 cool little balls of sparks that shock your enemies and deal both health and magicka damage. And finally, the piece de resistance, the absolute Oppenheimer of destruction magic, I am become meme.
Oh my god.
Chaos Furnace that creates a massive explosion resulting in a zone of volatile elements dealing fire, frost, and shock damage. All of these spells have amazing visual effects and it truly feels like the end of the world, especially when you decide to launch one of these little boys onto a city. Did Nazim actually stand a chance? No. Am I actually a virgin? Alright gentlemen, I appreciate your desire to take part in this study and I want to assure you that your family will be well compensated.
Not.
Or even you will be well compensated if you do end up surviving.
Not.
So let the study begin. So what we are showcasing here is dynamic impact that makes it so your weapon type and your opponent's armor type make a different sound as you clash. A mace will not make the same sound as a sword or as a warhammer.
Like the bite of a flea.
And you will not have the same sounds on light armor as you will on heavy armor.
That's it. That's the best.
You also get unique sounds and sparks as you fight someone who is blocking.
You're a fool to fight me.
This is one of those really cool little additions that are realistic and are such small details that it's rare that a game studio would justify adding it to their game since no one will notice. But you know who will notice? Gosh Brendel, great mod overall. May your family be well compensated for you participating in the study, but not by me. May I be compensated with a like and a nice comment on this video? And conducting the study? I feel like Brenuan asking for engagement, Jesus. Hey you, yeah you. Do you like customizing your characters? That's good, man. That's real good. Who got slapped in the face with nostalgia? Zhizhen Tattoo adds some really cool new tattoo designs for you to further customize your dream goth girl. Most of these are very fine line designs of nice curves and strokes and stuff. A lot of these seem to feature butterflies and flowers, which is really cool and feminine. And I really don't know how to describe tattoos since I don't really know shit about them in real life either. But these shots will do it justice, a lot better than my description would. This is probably the most risque I will go on this channel, so leave a like before YouTube finds this video and decides to demonetize it. If I were to pick a favorite, I guess it will be this massive back design straight out of the Skyrim Yakuza, and there's also this one featuring dragon language. Any nerds want to translate what this means? Cause I don't have time for this shit. You know the 7 deadly sins? Yeah, well when it comes to Skyrim modding, there's only 2 sins. Lack of immersion and Nazim worshipping like Ethel is doing. What the fuck is wrong with you? But going back to a lack of immersion, have you ever noticed that switching your weapons would instantly mean that you take out your next weapon without actually putting away your initial one? Get this shit out of here. With immersive weapon switch, your character will actually take that extra second to put their first weapon away, which is so immersive. Inconvenient as fuck, but immersive. And if you were looking for a specific mod to spice up your combat a little bit without making your enemies spongier, there you go. The Daedra are probably the coolest and most interesting aspect of the whole Elder Scrolls lore. And with whispers of the Daedric princes, you'll now hear super mysterious and super ominous whispers as you stand close to the Daedric statues. Bonus points if you're using Mandragora Sprout's Daedric Shrines mod. It just adds more ambience to the world, especially when you do those really cool Daedric quests. Just give it a listen.
Life is just another kind of
Now I totally forgot burnt Spriggans were a thing altogether. You mean to tell me that you decide to yassify every creature in your game and then neglect yet another Spriggan creature with so much potential? Oh, and potential paid off today with new burnt Spriggan female. Yet another one of these totally safe for work mods. If you're at the office right now and your boss is behind you, you might want to turn off the video. Or not, you might get a promotion. Who knows? If anything, this mod makes your game more difficult because when you encounter one of these, you won't be able to focus on the fight and you'll be way too distracted. And you'll also feel bad fighting it. Damn you, Mother Nature! Why did you decide to make me a virgin? Skyrim is filled with cool NPCs. I mean, you have super really cool guards, you got beggars who would do anything for a sweet roll, and this fucking idiot. But Skyrim can only use more mommy followers, and today we have the Iceheart Sisters, adding 2 fully voiced characters, introducing Anya and Kelsa Iceheart. Twin sisters with around 1,000 lines of dialogue, voiced by Kit Nevada and Ophelia Valentine. They can interact with NPCs as they will often engage in dialogue, and there's also a lot of banter between each other.
So, you decided to join us on our quest as well? That's a surprise.
It seemed like a worthy cause, and they needed more than just brawn, little sister.
It will be like the old times, chasing bounties, but now with an extra pair of hands.
Let's show them how the Iceheart Sisters handle things.
You'll be able to summon them whenever using a spell and customize them using a dialogue option, so you can give them whatever armor you want, which is pretty cool. There's also a romance system that I personally haven't explored yet, but you can apparently flirt with both of them at once, but you can only marry one of them. Anyone getting Witcher fuckboy vibes? You can also download this optional Iceheart Mill add-on, adding a whole new player home. And what a player home! This big and this economy? This is also where you can get some bounties that you can then complete with the sisters. The mod is still receiving support and the author is planning to add more banter and quests. Don't you think that the vanilla quest journal is kinda lame? Well, how about you take a look at Quest Journal Overhaul, making the whole journal menu look so clean. I mean, look at this. You wanna make UI that looks modern and slick? Here's your model. You'll have the list of quests on the left, categorized in main quests, side quests, and factions, the descriptions on the right, with the objectives right under. It will also come with some really cool quality of life features, like being able to hide the completed quest by pressing H, and seeing the miscellaneous objectives by pressing Q. Not the sexiest mod to show, but it's definitely sexy when you're playing and you want to look at your quest journal. Now that you've been staring at this quest journal for a while, weren't you wondering what the Sleepwalking and a Nightmare quest is? Well, why don't we have a look at an amazing quest mod? I won't spoil too much, but I'll give you some key plot points to get you hooked. You can start this quest by coming to this guy's house, Ralphorn, who will inform you that his wife with a history of sleepwalking has been missing.
My wife, Gretzka. When I woke up this morning, she wasn't here. She still hasn't shown up yet.
So you gotta put your detective cap on and start searching. After visiting a few locations where she usually goes, you'll find her dream journal, in which she mentions a specific location.
Somewhere in the Sea of Ghosts, northeast of Solitude.
Let's go there!
I'll stay here, in case she turns back up on her own accord.
You have to walk through snowstorms and terrible winds, just like our parents did to go to school when they were kids, to finally reach this cool altar place where you're gonna find her sleeping. So you realize there's no easy way to wake her up, so you gotta take a nap on the other stone bed in order to go to her dream. Couldn't she have picked a better, warmer place to sleep? So then you'll wake up in this really cool and dark dream dimension, and where she was sleeping, you'll find a skeleton with freakishly big hands. Holy shit, is this what skeletons look like in vanilla? Here you'll explore new locations and fight enemies to finally be able to wake her up from her nightmare. It's honestly a really well done quest, and it doesn't hold your hand at all, and you'll get to face some inner demons and core memories while you're at it.
No, no, no!
I
Stupid!
love you.
Stupid!
Always. My
Stupid!
darling.
One of the most original quests I've seen, and that's not it. The mod will also reward you with new spells and equipment, such as this badass helmet. The quest is honestly great and gives more depth to the Daedra, while giving you the sense of wonder that you felt as a kid when you booted up Skyrim for the first time. You know what's disappointing in Skyrim? Helping out this rich ass orphan in Windhelm only to get rewarded with a freaking plate. And this is where Aretino Heirloom comes in, changing the Aretino Heirloom model to a much more intricate and epic design featuring a massive ship, making this item completely unique and respectful to the Aretino name. Also, it can be worn as a necklace, which is amazing. And speaking of necklaces, let's look at the Necromancer's Amulet. This is the vanilla model, which honestly still holds up. It looks pretty cool having the skull here, but what if I told you you can have it look more like this? Oh yeah, I mean just look at the shade of green, the gold frame, and the cool ass skull in the middle there, making this item much more worthy of being around a Master Necromancer's neck. Now, as we're building a new tradition on the channel, let's look at the new armor mods that I was wearing in this video, starting with Ultimate Skyforge Steel Armor. I think this armor is great. A nice fantasy set that doesn't really show any skin. Sucks to be a gooner, I guess. The helmet also has iconic dragonborn horns, which look great. And if I were to leave one complaint, it would be that the texture quality, while it's not noticeable when the camera is away, you can definitely see some pixels while zooming in, which is not the best. Next up, we got Obi Eve's Sunfire armor. Remember when I said that it's a bad time to be a gooner? She believed. He lied. The armor is great, protecting your upper body very well and leaving some distraction, illusion, magic exposed at the bottom for some extra advantage in battle. Great for fighting male bandits who are down bad, I guess. And finally, we got ELLE Apothecary, a set that comes both in the standard brown and a completely white version. This armor is very nice if you're playing as a mage or an alchemist, since it gives off a scholar vibe of some sort. The hood is pretty cool and it's nice with and without it. And the physics, I mean, the physics are optional, so you don't have to feel like you're wearing jello, which is also a nice addition that you get to choose. Thank you guys very much for watching yet another video of me rambling, and I hope you got some cool new mods out of it. And a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters who continue to support more and more content here. Your name can also appear at the end of my videos, or you can be roasted to bits if you choose the Nazim Lover tier. Before you click away, I'd like to mention that I have so many cool ideas for this year. There's so many videos that I want to make, but unfortunately, I won't be able to make them all. At least not by myself, especially considering that I also work a 9 to 5 to sustain myself, so I've been looking to get an editor to help me with creating the videos. So I just wanted to assure you that the funds from Patreon are put to good use. They're putting back into content, so they're not there to just feed my Lego addiction or anything. Thank you for those who are willing to help, and honestly just you being here, watching the video until the very end, and getting the mods and then coming back for more, that helps out the most. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone. On that note, click here to watch my previous Skyrim mod video, and click here to watch this. So yeah, now leave me alone.